When I was young, I was scrolling through YouTube and I've seen all of the trends that basically were on a rise like years ago. And I've seen people that formed videos that said that might piss off certain groups that are on the other opinion of the spectrum. And I've seen people writing very, very, very controversial things on comments, posting videos about things that makes me pissed or makes me supported very strongly. And especially when I was on Reddit a couple years ago, I've seen posts that were dominated by people who wrote rage bait posts every single time. Like most of them are politics, and a lot of people from many countries around the world started to basically be super radicalized on politics. And as years passed, I've seen people around me don't like nuance. And what I mean by nuance is basically having a neutral view of things. And the reason why people hate neutrality and nuance because it's pretty much boring. And I've seen other YouTubers trying to bring on nuance on certain topics, and I've seen these people basically trying everything they can to not to form opinions on certain things. And in my view, they try as hard and as best as they can to basically make people chill out. And I've seen situations where people were so divided to a point that even families basically leave other family members over politics, over gender norms, over things that we genuinely could not control. And when I started to basically quit social media, I kind of felt pretty weird, to be fair. And I was doom scrolling on Reddit sometimes, and I've seen so much rage bait to a point that I just want to quit. And a couple of days passed by, and I felt pretty weird. Like, I felt like I was under a rock, apparently. And since when I stopped doom scrolling to see rage bait content, I felt pretty relaxed. I felt happier. I felt that I didn't really need to know what's going on around the world that much. And I start to realize that if people genuinely just quit social media, just delete the app, or even block the website, you will have to basically neutralize yourself with certain topics that are very, very popular right now. And when I was just a young kid, I didn't think of these rage bait posts because I was just a kid. Again, I was pretty much a young teenager back then, like a couple of years ago. And since when I got into social media lately, I start to feel that like the algorithm itself is forcing me to have a very controversial opinion on certain issues that are controversial themselves. And it just shows that Instagram, Reddit, Facebook even start to basically push posts that are designed to make you pissed off every single time. So you scroll more, you basically spend time on the app more. And I start to notice that people off of different identities give completely different opinions on the same issue based on their identity alone. And I'm having a fear that if people take this way too far, it might even affect relationships, it might affect love, it might affect friendships as well. And if we continue to be radicalized by these opinions, by these posts, I mean, we will never be happy. And I mean this because what I mean is that when you keep scrolling every single day on your phone, you basically want to look for things that confirm your view every single time and form an opinion. And I had a couple of friends years ago that were asking me very controversial questions. And I had to answer them in a way that support their view because if I just say a completely different opinion on their question, I'm pretty sure they will either get pissed or unfriend me or even report me. And I start to realize that the reason why friendships are dying because people start to literally radicalize each other. Like if you don't have a same point of view as them, then apparently you're their enemy or you hate them, even though you probably don't hate them as much. And I hope that the megatech sees this and basically do something about it because if the mega corporations such as Google, Meta, and others just genuinely don't care, because again, like when you use their app, you scroll more, they give you more ads, and they learn more about you. And no wonder why people are very pissed when they realize that their data is not safe, that the companies are usually selling your data to advertisers, and people are just trying to stop these corporations from selling our data because of the ads. And I think the only solution is stop using social media. Use ad blockers to basically stop feeding them with money from your rage bait. And if you genuinely want to quit, because a lot of people realize that they have a lot of fatigue in themselves and they want to quit. If you want to quit, bro, you have to quit, man. Because when you scroll on social media every single day, you start to realize that YouTube is literally designed to give you rage bait every single time, to confirm your view. Instagram as well. Maybe even Snapchat to confirm your own view. And I understand why, because you probably had bad experience to a certain thing and you scroll on social media to find an answer to why you had that bad experience and to basically build a tribe based on the bad experience. And I know this because a lot of people, including me, had harsh experience in this life. And whenever I'm onto social media, I want algorithm to basically feed me with my own point of view. And it happens to you, it happens to all of us. And I think the only way to stop this stuff is basically to use other social media that does not feed off of your rage. And there's so many ones, so many of them. So what I'm saying is that when people get radicalized, it's not okay. It never was and never will be okay because I think because I'm sorry, I'm just kind of blanking out right now. When you guys form opinions on each other, right, out of like natural things, you guys are more likely to be divided than ever. And the more we get divided, the more problems we will have because the government is not going to do anything and we will stay bitter on each other. We will basically never solve anything because when there's a big problem, when the government is misusing us, or when there's big natural disaster happening, let's just say, or any other disasters, it will be a problem when we're so divided like this. And when we are united, like genuinely united, we will solve the big problems that we face today. That's my opinion, and you are free to disagree with me. And that's what my opinion on people getting so divided recently on the internet and also probably in real life as well. So I hope you listen to my opinion, and I'll see you guys next time.